morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the week, and just wanted to begin with our first practice this morning, and that's the heart-focused breathing technique. I'd like you to place awareness in the area of the heart and take slow, deep breaths. And visualize these breaths flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And just rest in this state with a free-flowing breath in and out of your heart. Take these breaths and allow them to flow into your heart and exhale from your heart. Slow, gentle breaths. See if you can take 5 seconds to take deep breaths in and 5 seconds to exhale. When you do that, it's a perfect rhythm to reset your body's biology. Just maintain that awareness in the area of the heart. Just take slow, deep breaths. Wonderful. And now it's time for the I didn't know that moment. So let us begin our morning's discussion with a topic that size does matter when it comes to this. And this is the exploration that the Harvard researchers did actually not too long ago. In their research, what they found was an individual who had to do some rehabilitation therapy went to and did yoga, and she found out that she was a lot calmer, she was a lot resilient when it came to things, and she didn't get angry as much. So she decided, being a scientist, and she was a Harvard scientist, she decided to do some study, as any curious scientist would do. And in this study, she decided to bring in some long-term meditators. So what she did was she brought in a group of people varying from ages of 20 to 60 years old, brought them in a room, and did some studies around these individuals. Now, these individuals were, long-term meditators. What they found out was very interesting. They brought a control group in who did not meditate, and what they found out was the gray matter in the brain of those who meditated was greater, especially in the area of executive functioning, where you can actually become more, where the intelligence areas were in your body, and long-term thinking area in your body. And what they found out was the gray matter was a lot denser. And when they compared it to a 50-year-old's gray matter who had been doing a lot of meditation, 50-year-old's gray matter in the brain was as dense as a 25-year-old's gray matter who did not meditate. So you can actually increase your brain power if you do meditation or any mindfulness practice. Now, this scientist did not stop there. Scientist said, well, wait a minute. Let's just see how we would do is if we actually did an actual study where we would take two groups of people who had never meditated and take one group of people and ask them to practice mindfulness techniques, meditation techniques, for about 8 weeks. See what happens then. Well, there was a strong correlation between people who meditated and the increase in the size of their brain, the gray matter in their brain, which demonstrates what ancient sages knew all along, that when you spend some time and practicing mindfulness techniques, the meditation, the stuff we do every week here, what ends up happening is that you become a lot more resilient. The area of your brain that gets activated and nurtured and furthered is the area of the frontal cortex area, and the area where you actually use your intelligence to do everyday things, to overcome challenges, to actually break through your own limited perceptions of reality. And those are the areas. So if you sit in meditation, remember that your gray matter is increasing quite a bit. The other thing that is interesting to remember is meditating is one thing, but how to meditate. And one of the key aspects of meditation, now this wasn't part of the study, at least not the results that were revealed. This is something that I have experienced myself, is that when you are sitting in meditation, a lot of people zone out, or they go into this other area, or they're thinking about what's happening after they meditate, or some things to do. When I meditate, I actually get inspired on how to do certain things, to improve my conversion rate in my business. I mean, I have to kind of say, okay, you know what? You come back. Your thoughts come back to me later. You get a lot of inspiration because your frontal cortex is now moving. And the key here is to be present, And that's why when we place our awareness in the area of the heart and take slow, deep breaths and visualize these breaths flowing in and out of our hearts, it's to allow us to be present, because we've got a focus. We've got a point of focus that we stay present in this moment. And in that present in this moment allows your gray matter to begin to build, and for you to then be able to have adequate tools to manage your day. And there's an actual physical change that's happening in your body. And the scientists at Harvard have discovered this actual physical change, and that's your brain. Your gray matter in your brain actually explodes. So to summarize, even 8 weeks of this kind of practice of meditation of 5 to 15 minutes a day, and they did ask them to practice 15 minutes a day to 25 minutes a day, there was quite a difference in the amount of gray matter that built up. So if you're a 50-year-old, you can have a 25-year-old brain simply by meditating every day. I hope this was helpful. All right, let us begin to practice a quick coherence technique, which is a form of meditation, if you will. You can always do this as a meditation technique as well. This is considered a mindfulness practice. So let us begin this particular practice. So let us place our awareness in the area of the heart. And take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of our hearts. And experience a positive feeling, something that makes you happy, joyful, gives you some gratitude, appreciation. And when you experience this, you are now in the region of rejuvenating and repairing your diseased cells. This is where magic happens in your body as you take slow, deep breaths and visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. And as you remain present to this, slow, deep breaths. Visualize them flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And continue to experience elevated emotions like joy, compassion, gratitude. Maintain this awareness in the area of the heart. Remain present. Slow, deep breaths. See if you can take 5 seconds breathing in, 5 seconds breathing out. Allow thoughts to just pass. Do not engage them. This is your 5 minutes. Sit with it. Be present. Slow, deep breaths. Continue to experience rejuvenating emotion, elevated emotions around love, appreciation, gratitude. Be present. Just put a gentle smile on your face. Excellent. Thank you so much for participating for this morning. I appreciate your being here present with us, and I appreciate you hearing the replays after. If there are any questions, I'd love to get your questions in. I'm happy to answer them right now, or send me an email if you wish. Happy to do that. And if there are none, I don't see any coming through. If there are none, I just want to thank you for taking the time every Monday to join me. Much appreciated.